All right, this next exercise should be pretty easy, actually. So what we have to do is activate our gradebook. And there is no real good reason for this other than that it has to be done in order to link assessments to the gradebook. So what I'd like to have everyone do is log into Sakai if you haven't already and access your course site, and then just click on this little button that reads Gradebook2 over here on the left-hand side of the screen, and wait patiently for that Gradebook2 to load. It takes maybe about a minute or so, depending on your internet connection, but this gradebook will eventually load, and that's all you have to do. That is the only exercise for this exercise. So I'm going to give folks just a couple of minutes to activate their gradebook. And if you're wondering why, I have no real good reason for you, but I put some notes about it into the PowerPoint, and we are on, oh, let's see, what number are we on? We're on slide 15 of the PowerPoint. So if you want those instructions, go to slide 15, and just remember to raise your hand and let us know when you are done activating your gradebook. A whole bunch of hands just went up, so I think we might be ready to move on to the next activity. But before we do that, I'm going to check in with Paul and Megan again to see if there are any questions that I need to answer aloud before we go on to the next activity. Paul?
Yeah, let me, real quick one, a couple of them actually. Sure. Can a student be added manually to the gradebook?
A student can be added manually to the course and given the role of student, which will automatically make them appear in the gradebook.
Okay, and then another quick one. Can you briefly explain the SCORM feature? And this was asked a couple of times, so we'll be answering a couple of people's questions here.
Sure, yeah. So as I think I just kind of, breezed through that pretty quickly. So there is a function on this particular training instance of Sakai that allows you to perform this upload content package function. So upload content package basically assumes that you're going to be uploading a zip file that is a SCORM compliant zip file. Now SCORM is basically a standard for the creation of course content and assessments and so forth. And so what you have to have is knowledge of SCORM in order to create SCORM content. And you also have to have some tool that allows you to create that SCORM content. So there are people who do this on a regular basis. And I'm not one of those people, so I don't know too much about the standards and compliance and that sort of thing. What I do know is that when a SCORM package is created, it comes in the form of a zip file, and within that zip file there's a whole bunch of supporting files and manifest files and technical looking things. But this SCORM player that is in this instance of Sakai is a proprietary SCORM player. So we paid for this SCORM player, and the people who built this SCORM player let us use it because we pay them, and we've integrated that SCORM player into Sakai so that when you upload a SCORM zip package, the student experience is that the student gets to click on that SCORM zip package, and that SCORM package opens up in another window and plays, and it's very interactive content. Like it's cool looking, right? So it might be a combination of videos and little mini quizzes and exercises and so forth. So the SCORM player that we're currently using is called Icodian. That's a proprietary SCORM player. We are currently working on integration between Sakai and another SCORM player called Rustici, or Rustici. I think it's Rustici, and that might be open source. Actually, I don't know if that's open source or not. I'm not going to say either way because I don't know. But it's spelled R-U-S-T-I-C-I, and that's a SCORM player that is supposed to eventually integrate with the Sakai assignments tool, so that when students actually go through the SCORM content and complete the assessments within that content, they can be graded on that activity that they performed within that score player. So that was less than brief, but I hope that covers you know, what that question was.
Thank you, Karen.
Mm-hmm. So, any more questions? Okay. So, great. I guess that means we get to move on to, oh wait, I should put your hands back down. Here, let me put your hands down. There we go. Okay. So let's get back to the exercises then. And in fact, we have